Hi, I'm Nick Gomersall and welcome to LearnEds.tv. Today we're going to talk about the challenges of recruiting people into the retail industry, and I'm joined today by our domain expert Tim Jones.
Hi Nick.
And the first question I want to ask you is that our retail customers are telling us about their challenges with the recruitment technology project. So can you just sort of explain to me what their challenges are?
Sure. I think they typically tell us of three things in common. The problems they have with their store managers, getting them engaged, getting them to interact with the recruitment process, how they really are being asked in a recruitment context to maximise their brand, and also how the kind of volume of applications nowadays is getting so big, they're really not sure how to manage them very effectively. Okay,
well let's start with the store manager. What's
sure.
his sort of issues?
So what we hear normally from a store manager perspective is that it's very easy to live on your own. They effectively run their own business. Often it's a franchise business anyway. So they're kind of the gods of their kingdom. They can do anything they like, and that makes it very difficult for HR people in a central function to bring them together into kind of workflow process worlds where they find kind of all the standardization that brings efficiency to the HR team. So what we've tried to do there is really work on the user experience. If the technology can be exciting and joyful, can bring happiness, make life easy, we tend to find that the user adopts to it much better, finds it more comfortable. We've given them choice. So traditionally you logged into a system, a recruitment system. You don't do that don't have to do that anymore. You could use our mobile apps on all three major brands, Android, BlackBerry and iPhone. You could do quite a lot of tasks from there just to engage in the system. So you can imagine a store manager just using their phone every day. We've also thought about email. So every task and action can be done on email. It means that the IT group of the client doesn't even have to deploy a browser-based system to their store. The internet access would typically be slower. So if you're doing everything on the internet, that could be quite a painful experience.
Retail brands are probably a very key focus to our customers, so branding, the employment branding and everything. So can you elaborate on that?
Sure. So every project we walk in retail, there are three brands to talk about. There's the store brand itself, there's the product brands often that they sell, and of course the recruitment team are really focusing on the employer of choice employment brand. So Talent really uses all of those in different contexts and hopefully pleases everybody. The system itself can be branded. So if you're a group retail organisation with different outlets with different branding, the system is shown to the user in a way that makes them feel comfortable with their brand rather than the bigger group. Every email, every message, SMS, every letter and contract, all communication templates in the system are brandable, including with like ad hoc campaign branding as well. So perhaps you can send an interview invite email, but it has automatic branding for a specific product campaign or a seasonal campaign attached to it. So we've really focused very hard on just using what the client's already invested in.
And I think one of the things that I see the real benefit is if you've got multiple different stores with different brandings, you've still got this underlying database, haven't you, with all the information that can be shared across the group.
Yeah, and that's something we call multi-tenancy. So this idea that in one system you can have as many different configurations, or in this context brands, operating for the same users. So it's really important that when you buy a recruitment product, it doesn't just support one set of processes and one set of goals. Talent has a fairly unique capability, because it's software as a service, to support an unlimited number of configurations. So a multinational company, a multi-retail outlet company, everything ultimately could be different if the client decided to.
So sounds interesting, and with all these new ways of getting jobs in out on the internet now, there must be just a tremendous volume of information. How on earth do the retail managers cope with all of this?
Absolutely. So of course it's really common when we walk into a project that the client has this retail brand that's very popular, bringing people to it to apply. Of course it has multiple stores often, so that of course is bringing people off the street who want to apply. So they already are dealing with high volumes, and then we bring Talent Link to the issue, and there's 343 social networks connected to it, there's job boards, there's your microsites and kind of client websites. So you know, we make the problem effectively worse by having lots more applications. Now of course, because we do that, we also have to bring clever tools, smart technology that allows you to automatically screen, to run rejection, auto screen out rules, to fast-track candidates through workflow. Workflow brings fairness, so it's really good to use, but we don't want to slow process down because we use workflow. And of course we can also do things like make duplicate applications. So if you have two outlets in the same high street, you might have customer service advisor openings in both. An application to one could also mean an application to the second one automatically by TalentLink. We've also thought about the way the user experience works for the volume processor. So there's special apps in the environment for kind of quickly reviewing lots of CVs, for quickly seeing where people are in things on the onboarding or the offer process. So, and finally what we've done is look at our value-added service infrastructure, the partners that we work with, and there are job board aggregators for advertising, there are database search aggregators. All of these are connected directly into TalentLink, so the user is efficiently working, not going into multiple systems, but doing everything from one recruitment product.
Well, that sounds fantastic. Thanks very much,
We
Tim.
hope so. Thank you.